Happy Monday! This is our second week of Monday Makers for the Teen Summer Programs at Southworth Library. Today we are going to be doing a couple origami projects. So in your bag that you picked up from the library, that blue plastic bag, you should have, I think everybody had about 4 or 5 sheets of origami paper. So why don't you get those out. The other supplies you need are an optional piece of newspaper or a piece of paper from a magazine and a pair of scissors. So why don't you get those first and then we will get started. Alright, so as you may already know, origami is the Japanese art of folding paper. And one of the tricky things, I think, for smaller hands especially, is figuring out how to have nice even creases and sharp lines. The sharper the line, the better your origami piece is going to look. But you guys are all tweens or teens. You should be able to be getting this a little better. But don't worry if it's not perfect. It's paper. We can always unfold it and try again, or get another piece of paper and figure out what to do. So I'm going to give you a couple things that are more practical and then something that's more beautiful. So the first thing we're going to start with is a cup. And the fun thing about cups is we can make them different sizes, and I know with our 4-H group in Freeville, we had one day where we had big pieces of newspaper and we made our cups and then we filled them with our snack that day, which was popcorn. So we can start first with just a plain piece of paper. I like using the two-sided one so we can see the contrast. So have the white side facing up. And the first step is going to be fold it from corner to corner. Then we are going to fold it again evenly. So we're going to get a point here. So now we're going to unfold that, and now we have a point. And we will fold the pointy end up to that spot. Easy enough. And then we will fold this corner up to here. So far so good. And then we'll just pull one of those sheets down. We'll turn it over. Fold this one down. And voila, your cup is made. You can push the bottom up a little bit to give it a little more sturdy base. It's not going to really stand up, but you can hold it. It'll hold things. Now, if we'd like to use a magazine paper, the first thing you need to do is make sure you have a square. So what you will do is you will fold it down till you have a nice triangle, and then either use your scissors or you can even fold it and tear to make your square. And then we're going to follow the same technique. We're going to fold it up. We're going to fold it like that. Unfold that corner up there. This corner up there. Hold one side down. Turn it over. The other side down. And now you have a bigger cup. And depending on what material you can use, I think you can even put, I wouldn't really probably put liquids in it, but you could put some nuts or granola, popcorn. It's a fun, quick way to have a recyclable cup wherever you are. All right, that's project one. Good job. And the fun thing about having it on a YouTube video, you can stop this, go back, watch it slowly, but I think that's a relatively easy project to do. All right, so for our next project, we are going to work on a box. And again, this could be a practical thing depending on what size paper you're using, what materials you're using. It can be a sturdy box that you can have on your desk at home. You can put little trinkets in there. You can put your rocks that you painted last week in there, whatever you want. But let's start with just a kind of basic piece of origami. And in this case, I'm using, I think everybody should have a double-sided one where it's the same color on both sides. All right, so the first step we need to do for this one is, again, put corner to the corner. I highly recommend using your thumbnail to get your nice crease. You're going to open it up and do it the opposite way. And open it up. And now you see our paper is divided into nice 4 pieces. We know where the center is. We are going to fold each corner into the center. And guess what? We have lots of books about origami at the Southworth Library. And there's even a really fun series called Origami Yoda. That is a book about some kids who really like origami and do Star Wars characters. And it has origami patterns in the back of each book. All right, so here's where we are right now. And then we're going to unfold opposite corners like that. And then we're going to take that flat edge there and fold it parallel to the center, so bringing it right to that center line. And again, the neater you make your creases, and the better you have it lined up here, the neater your box will look. All right, now we're going to turn the whole piece over, and we're going to fold up to the middle. And you see there already should be a line kind of right there that's easy to fold up to. Just reinforcing that fold. Now that you have that, we're going to fold it, flip it over again. And then we're going to fold up each corner. So like any craft or skill, practicing is going to make it better. So don't be discouraged if the first time it doesn't work out the way you want it to work out. Try it again. And there's some patterns that it's helpful to know it by heart so that you can do it wherever you are. And there's some patterns that might be tricky to memorize all those steps, so having your book nearby could be helpful. There's lots of other YouTube videos about origami you could probably find on the web pretty easily. All right, and now we're going to fold those up. Just make one more crease, unfold it. Okay, so now we have it looking like that, and we're going to kind of open it up from the center, and you see almost a box. And now we have these flaps at the bottom. We're going to pick one up and fold it towards the inside of the box. That's going to make it more stable. Pick it up from the other side. Fold it over. And again, you should have a good crease there that should guide you. Fold it in. And there you go. There's your origami box. One kind of fun thing that you could try is maybe make nesting boxes where you get pieces of paper, and you can even do this with construction paper, and have different size squares to start off with. Maybe a 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch difference with each size. And you can make several of those and you can have them nest. And then when you need more boxes, you just pull them out of each other. All right. Here's Cecilia's box. You wanted everybody to see that. Okay, good. Now we have 2 projects down. The last one will be the crane. This is a classic origami thing, and a lot of people like to make these cranes for good luck. So you can give yourself a challenge and see how many cranes you can make when you can hang them in your window or in your room. Give them to people that you want to give good luck to. All right, so here's our finished project. All right, so I will start with a piece of paper. Use the fun pattern for this one. You should all have some pattern papers in your packet. First thing we will do is fold it in half that way. Make sure you have the orientation so that the flap is down. And then we will fold that corner over. And then you see what that looks like. And now I'm going to open this up and smush it down, lining up the points. Now we have a square. We're going to turn this over. And we're going to take this point from this side over to this side. And then do that same squash fold, it's called, where you open it up and then mush it down. I don't think mush it down is quite the technical term they use, but that's how it works. So now, you see we have what looks like a square, but it has a bunch of layers. All right, so now the layers are going down. See the point? We're going to fold these up to the center. Make sure you're, again, the more precise your folds are now, the more precise your crane is going to look. All right, and then we're going to unfold those. And then we're going to take one layer. We're going to pull it up. And now we're going to do a different kind of squash fold. It's a little trickier than the last one, but there we go. Everybody with me so far? All right, now we're going to turn this over and do the same thing on the other side. So fold these into the center. See where that, actually if you fold that down, it gives you another little crease there to work from. You're going to pick this up, that one layer, and then fold it down. And kind of the fun thing about origami is a lot of times you're using the same kind of techniques for different creations. So once you get some of these folds down, when you see it again in the book, or instructions will be like, oh yeah, I remember doing that. Okay. So now we're going to fold these sides in. And we're going to turn it over, do the same on the other side. Back in March, our teen takeover for our Friday night get-together was going to be a paper crafting night. We were going to have a whole table of people doing origami. It's a lot of fun when you can have somebody saying, wait, help me with this. Why doesn't mine look right? But hopefully you guys have. I know there's a bunch of people who have a brother or sister who can help you, or a parent, or a neighbor. All right. Now we have this fun diamond shape. Here is the moment we've all been waiting for. We're going to do an inside reverse fold with these legs. We have these two legs here. So you might want to start by knowing where you're going to go. But what you're going to do is you're going to open this up. See how elegantly I can do it. So you're going to open this up a little bit. And then reverse that fold. And then that's what it's going to look like. All right, now we'll do it on the other side. So you can kind of feel where that fold is. Now we're going to open this up, push that in, and reverse that fold. The reverse fold is not working so well because it got bent a little funny. All right, close enough. All right, I'll give you a few seconds there to work on that. A little bit tricky. And now we can see that our crane is almost ready. So we can use this side will be our tail, this side will be our head. So we're going to bend this down, do kind of another pinch reverse fold there. So that's our crane's head. I bet yours is going to look nicer than mine's a little mushy. We have our tail, and then we open up our wings. And you can flatten down the body just a little bit to give it a little more stability. And if you did it just right, your crane may even be able to balance. Maybe not. But there is our crane. Good luck with this. I can't wait to see what everybody does. You can send me an email. You can't comment on our YouTube video, unfortunately, because it is made for children. But maybe I'll also post something on our Facebook page. So you can post on Facebook. You can send me a message at the library. You can go to Southworth Library at gmail.com, or go take a look at our website. I'll post some of these pictures too. All right, happy Monday, and I hope to see you soon.